is you've recorded, you've got multiple cameras or multiple takes, and you've got a track playing, and effectively you've shot them a number of times, yeah? So what generally, you use Adobe Premiere or Avid, you generally use what's called multicam editing. That's a system whereby you can group a number of shots in layers, one above another, and you can place them all so that they'll all be in synchronization. So the first thing is, how do you get it in synchronization? If you've shot it all with common timecode, by that I mean all the cameras are recording at exactly the same timecode. That won't happen by magic. You'll have had to have connected them up in some way or synchronized them in some way. I don't know if you've done that. If you've not done that, and they're just recorded wild, as they're called, so they've all got different timecode, you can't use that method. But one thing that's very useful is when you've got multiple cameras, especially in the studio setting, you'll get this, they'll all be recording exactly the same timecode. And all you've got to tell the multicam software in Premiere is say, group shots by timecode, and it will move all the shots. So you'll get a big stack of multi-layers. One layer of, you'll get 2 audio tracks, which is your bass music track, and you'll get all the takes that you've got. You just place them one above the other, and you ask the software to lock it all by timecode, and it will move them all so that they're all. And then once you've got that, you can literally, in multicam editing, you can use that as your source. And they usually tell you in the software there'll be buttons that you can press, maybe the function keys, and you go through playing it real time, and you can literally press the button that will cut the camera angle for you in live in real time. So when you get to the end, you'll stop and you can have a look, see what the cut you've done. If you've cut it slightly wrong, you can always go back and individually edit that shot or go to that shot and ask the software to flip it to another version of the shot. If you haven't got common timecode, you've got to find some way of locking those shots together, and the software will often say to you, do you want to lock these tracks by timecode? No. By in point. You can choose an in point on each of those tracks, so you'll have to find an in point on your music, maybe the first beat. You'll have to go to each of those different camera angles you use and wait to hear the first frame of that music start, press the button, press the in point. So now you've got a series of in points for all your different shots. And you ask the software to lock all the shots by in point, and it will do it. So that's the 2 general ways you would lock it together. If you've recorded, there is additional software you can get, one called Pluralize. It's a separate bit of software, and I think there's even a version that plugs into Premiere. And what that does is it's analyse the waveform, the audio from the actual vision that you shot and the audio that you've got, and it will compare it, and it will say, oh, and it will lock it together for you. It goes through and locks it all for you. Oh, no, no, no.